I would say it's the first team we want to play. When you can put things right, and what you want is an opportunity to do that, we have that opportunity.
Obviously, you're going to say the FA Cup is a big priority because it's the next game. But, I mean, does this really represent a great opportunity to end 9 years without a trophy and really go for the Cup this year?
We will go for any competition we can. And the Cup, the FA Cup, is one of the competitions since it's our next game. So, of course, we'll go for it.
The title race, we hear stories of big horses, little horses, chihuahuas. What's your take on it? How do you describe the title race as it stands, Arsene?
Very open. Only Chelsea can lose it now because we are in front. So, and all the other teams can win it.
Are Liverpool and Spurs back in it after the results of the last couple of games, do you think?
Yeah, I always said we know that many teams are in it and that it will be very tight until the end.
Why do you think it is that, apart from you and Manuel Pellegrini, every other manager is saying, no, we can't win the title, we're not contenders?
It's fear to fail.
Sorry, you've got 2 games now before the Premier League resumes. Do you feel that that could change the dynamics in any way of the title race? Because there's the Champions League, the FA Cup games. Depending on how those games go, will sides have a greater or lesser confidence level when the Premier League resumes?
Yes, it can have, of course, as you say, it can have an incidence, and it's a physical burden as well, you know, on the teams that you have to cope with. And of course, that can have an influence. The mental shape and the mental level of confidence of the team and the positive vibes that are within the team are always very important. And therefore, the results are in any competition can have an influence.
Arsene, you said after the Man United game that you felt some of your players were nervous. What do you do to try and soothe those nerves? Do you take them aside individually or do you do it collectively?
Both, you know, in our job you use both. But you can say what you want when you just conceded 5 goals. You do not go into the next game and like nothing happened. I feel that we got the mental response I expected from a team, hugely committed, but with a bit more confidence, would have been a bit more composed on the ball in some situations in the game that could have had an influence on the result in the end.
And how difficult is it for them to put out the Bayern Munich game out of their mind?
That will decide our end of season, is to focus completely on every single game. And I believe on that front, the fact that we do not play against a championship team, but against a Premier League team will help a lot.
Do you think the players were really hurt by that Liverpool defeat?
Of course. I mean, these guys are winners. When they lose that way, believe me, they are hurt.
Arsene, you've just talked about the title race and other teams not talking it, other managers not talking their teams up because of fear of failure. What do you mean by that? Could you expand on that? What do you mean?
There's nothing, not more to say. If you're not in a race, you cannot lose it. If you declare yourself not in a race, you cannot lose it. That's simple as that. I think just that our job is to be ambitious and to try to win. And if we do not win, to take full responsibility for that. And that's as simple as that. And that's how I see it. And I say, yes, we are in it. Yes, we will have a go for it. We'll absolutely give up everything to go for it. And if we don't do it, I will take responsibility for it. But I just see it like that.
You probably will make changes for the game with Liverpool. The players that come in, is it their genuine opportunity to show you what they can do in terms of the game against Bayern Munich and in terms of the league title running as well?
Yes, it's always you know, we rotated quite well. If you look at the number of players we used, I have the same level of confidence into every player. Sometimes, of course, For example, I rate Jenkinson, but Sanya has a bit more experience, so when he goes in a game with more pressure, I give an advantage sometimes to the experience. But I have the same level of confidence into every player of my squad. I have a short squad, but of a very leveled squad.